So first off, I think step one asks for the identify the potential rational zeros, and they give this plus minus. And what you do is you're going to find out all the potential rational zeros. So you take the last number, and you take the first number, coefficient, and you take all the factors of the last number, which would be 1, 27, 3, and 9. I reckon that'd be it, wouldn't it? I don't think there's any more. Okay, so you take every one of these, divided it by the factors of the first number, which is 1. So you lucked out on that one, because it's just 1. So everything divided by 1. So there's only 4. There's only 4 potential rational zeros. There could be more. There could be other ones than this, but it's just these are the rational ones. You can have square roots and i's and all that other junk. So what you want to do at this point, I think the second step says find the actual zeros. Right? So at this point, I would go to the calculator, graph this, and see if you don't see any of these right here as x-intercepts. Because if they're x-intercepts, then we can use synthetic division to whittle this down. So we want to try to find some of these. So okay. You get that? 1 and 3. Now I can go to the table and see if 27 works. And no, and negative 27. There's a quick way to do this, but I'm just going to do it like this. So no, it's not gonna work. So at least we got 2 of them, which was, we said, is 1 and 3, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use those 2 in synthetic division, and if we can use these 2, we can whittle this down to a quadratic, and then we can use the quadratic formula to find the other 2. We know there's going to be 4. There can't be any more than 4, basically. And sometimes they repeat, sometimes they don't. So we're going to go and use synthetic division here. I'm going to use the 1 first. 1, negative 4, 12, negative 36, 27. And you bring the 1 down. 1, negative 3, 9, 27, negative 27. So I got 0 for the first 2, which is what should have happened. And then I'm going to go through that again with 3.
Use the numbers that you just got.
Yeah, because what you start off with, x to the 4th. See, this right here is a factor. Like x minus 1 is a factor on this. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of factoring it out is what I'm doing. So I factored out to here. So if you keep on doing it with this, you're not going to get anywhere. So you want to use the numbers that you just got. And you should get a 0 every time. So I got 109 on that one. You get 109. Okay. So you started off with x to the 4th, and then this one is x to the 3rd. This one is x squared plus 0x, which is nothing, plus 9. So x squared plus 9 is what you're left with. So basically what we figured out was that the factors were x minus 1, x minus 3 times x squared plus 9. This, if you multiply this out right here, you get what you started with. So, but I don't really care about that. Sometimes the question asks for factored form. That's why I was getting at it. And you use like a -3 and a -1 because it flips. So here's what you do.
If it asks for factored form, that's what it's
Yeah. If it asks for factored form, this is what it's talking about. But I want to find the zeros, which are x-intercepts, so I set it equal to 0. So I take this last part and set it equal to 0. And it's much easier just to move this over. And when you do, we figured out why we couldn't see anymore. Because that's an imaginary number. And when you take the square root, you always do plus minus. So your x-intercepts were 1, 3, 3i, and -3i.